This is IGN. Sony announces the next State of Play showcase and more. Welcome to your IGN Daily Update. But first, the Super Mario Galaxy movie is now available to rent or purchase digitally from premium video-on-demand platforms like Prime Video. The digital release was initially scheduled for May 5th, but much like fellow box office hit Project Hail Mary, was delayed to take advantage of the film's success in theaters. It's not hard to understand why. The Super Mario Bros. Sequel currently stands as the highest-grossing movie of 2026. The Super Mario Galaxy movie currently costs $24.99 to rent or $29.99 to purchase. If you choose to rent, you'll have 48 hours to watch the movie from the time you hit play. If you go with the full purchase, you'll also get over an hour of behind-the-scenes digital extras. Prime Video is also offering a bundle of both Super Mario movies for $39.99. Peacock will be the first streaming home for the Super Mario Galaxy movie, but there's no word on a specific streaming release date. Based on the timeline of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, the sequel will most likely land on Peacock later this summer. After 4 months on Peacock, the film will move to Netflix. In the meantime, the Super Mario Galaxy movie will be released in 4K, Blu-ray, and DVD in just over a month. The film is even getting a limited edition 4K steelbook in the style of Rosalina's storybook. And game over. Hasbro has pulled the plug on a new Dungeons & Dragons game from Star Wars Jedi Survivor and God of War 3 director Stig Asmussen. Bloomberg reported the cancellation after receiving confirmation from both Hasbro and developer Giant Skull. Giant Skull's Dungeons & Dragons game was announced last June, making the cancellation a bit of a surprise. Details are scarce on the project, but it was set to be an action-adventure title in the Dungeons & Dragons universe, with both parties calling it a definitive moment in both companies' gaming ambitions. The reasons for the cancellation remain unclear, but hopefully Giant Skull will bounce back with another exciting project. As for Wizards of the Coast, it's preparing to release the long-awaited sci-fi game Exodus in 2027. It's expected to be one of the more notable releases of next year. Sony has confirmed a State of Play showcase for June 2nd at 5 p.m. Eastern. In a post on the PlayStation blog, Sony said it will last for over 60 minutes and include a new look at Insomniac's Wolverine game, as well as news and announcements for games coming to PS5. State of Play returns Tuesday, June 2nd with more than 60 minutes of updates, announcements, and gameplay reveals from top studios around the world, Tim Turi, Content Communications Manager of Sony Interactive Entertainment, said. The show starts with Marvel's Wolverine, Sony said, which makes sense given it comes out in just a few months on September 15th. But what else can we expect to see? The hope is that PS5 owners will get a clear idea of the exclusives coming to their console during the rest of 2026 and beyond. Will Naughty Dog's Intergalactic The Heretic Prophet make an appearance, for example? Will we get a release date for Guerrilla's multiplayer Horizon spinoff, Horizon Hunter's Gathering? And what about Haven's Fair games? It's worth keeping in mind that Sony has reportedly ditched PC ports for its narrative single-player games, which means the likes of Wolverine and Intergalactic The Heretic Prophet will remain PS5 exclusive, but multiplayer games will continue to be released on PC. Will we see what the other Sony-owned studios have up their sleeve? The likes of Days Gone developer Bend, Dreams developer Media Molecule, and God of War developer Sony Santa Monica are all due a game announcement. In the case of God of War, there are all sorts of rumors doing the rounds. Perhaps State of Play will be a good moment to rubber stamp them. It feels a little too early for the next game from Ghost of Tsushima and Ghost of Yotei developer Sucker Punch Productions, but you never know. Will Polyphony Digital unveil the inevitable next Gran Turismo? And what's Astrobot developer Team Asobi doing next? And what about third-party developers? Could we also get something new from Metal Gear and Silent Hill developer Konami, which has shown up with reveals in previous State of Play showcases? Square Enix has suggested a reveal of Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 isn't far away, too. Sony State of Play arrives following price rises not just for PlayStation hardware, but for the cost of PlayStation Plus. Sony has blamed these price rises on ongoing market conditions. But the reality is that PlayStation gaming has become more expensive. So the pressure is on Sony to use the likes of State of Play to show customers the value of their PS5. Sony isn't the only games company with a big showcase set for June. Microsoft has an Xbox Games Showcase scheduled for June 7th. The expectation is that Nintendo will have a direct around the same time, as it tends to each year. That's your IGN Daily Update. My name is Tony Jackson, and if you want more news on your favorite games and entertainment topics, make sure to visit us at IGN.com. You can also download our free app on your phone or console and subscribe to our weekly podcast through the podcast service of your choice.
Spoken Layer.